What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's actually the end of my day. I'm officially off the clock, so I have time to show you guys a couple things. I've got two Dynas today. One is a wreck repair, but what we're actually talking about is, well, replacing inexpensive parts. And then I'm gonna install some passenger peg mounts on a Lowrider S. Get asked about what the easy way to do that is all the time. But first, for those of you that don't know me, my name is John Maxwell, and I'm a highly trained unprofessional right here at Chattahoochee Harley Davidson. And on this channel, I bring you guys to work with me. So if you want to learn more about Harley Davidson, you should hit the subscribe button right now. So this isn't necessarily have to be a Dyna, it's just what I have to work on. Generally what I get asked about is cam chain tensioners probably, but my response in the emails and the Facebook messages stuff is always the same. If a part is really inexpensive but it costs a lot of money to get to it, just go ahead and replace it. So today's example, I'm doing a wreck repair on this Dyna, some front end damage. I've got a new triple tree, steering stem, all sorts of stuff going in this thing. So if it takes hours to get to the neck bearings, why would I not go ahead and put new ones in? First up is talking about like what a neck bearing is. So it's a Timken bearing. See how it's kind of slanted? It's not a perfect, like, it's tapered. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, tapered. Man, words are hard. Comes separate from the race. Timken bearing, two of them, top and bottom, and the steering stem is gonna ride on that. So I'm gonna remove the races from the frame using a special tool. Mine's from Jim's. I think Harley has one that's branded. I just own my own because why not? Matter of fact, you'll see it coming up in some other videos soon too. Have a bearing packer, works like so. The thinner side down. So that bearing packer actually puts the grease right like between the inner race and the bearing rollers. We're good, yo. Now for anyone interested, this is a 30,000 mile interval, like repacking the bearings on Dynas. I'd have to look up to see. I'm not 100% sure on the other models, but a lot of the other models, depending on the year, there's a Zerk fitting right here. And I see it all the time where people will install one on their Dyna, but it doesn't work like that. Check this out. See that light coming through right there? Yeah. The neck isn't actually totally separate from like where the bearings are gonna ride in this general area right over here. So you put a Zerk fitting right here and squeeze a bunch of grease in there. It just goes all down into all of your electrical connections that are all in this general area. So don't install a Zerk fitting on your Dyna. It just makes a mess. It doesn't actually even grease the bearings. Race removal, put 2 halves of the Jim's tool in there. Get your big hammer. So that's how that guy fits in there. 2 halves of the Jim's tool. Do the same for the top. It is a little sketchier doing the top because, you know, if you hit it really hard and it shoots, you're gonna buy something. Don't buy anything other than like the neck bearings. Now this is oil on the outside of the races, not grease. Ask me how I know that's a bad idea, you know, using grease. It's also a bad idea to install these upside down. So take a minute, think about what you're doing. Harley special tool. A lot of this stuff looks just like the wheel bearing tools that I think I filmed a video for, but I haven't released it yet. So you'll see a lot of this stuff Sunday, I think. I say that like I got people or something that are in charge of my channel. It's not that serious. that wasn't too bad. Just takes a couple minutes to get that part done. Obviously, I still have more wreck repair stuff to do, but I'm off the clock. The bearings are 40, maybe 50 bucks for the pair. Takes a few extra minutes to get it done, but it takes like a couple of hours. I think we charge $250 just to get to them. So if you're holding them in your hand, you might as well at least grease them. Like I said, if you're around 30,000 miles, pulling it apart and physically holding them to put new grease on them, that's pretty standard. So that's it. Now before we move on to the Dyna passenger pegs, I do want to throw out some current information that's going on that I'm really excited about, as a matter of fact. All right, so first up, this weekend is third Friday bike night. Yeah, that's it. So that's happening. I'll be there. If you're semi-local to us and you want to come check it out, I'll be there. On top of that, I did also just get word that I will actually be at the dealer show this year. So I'm super excited about that. That's like the mecca of Harley stuff. New models, like when they're released. Got me a new koozie and some stickers. Who's that from? Thanks, Gary. So the dealer show this year is August 21st, I think. So I'm planning to have a bunch of like short videos popping up around that time of the new model lines, what's new, what's not being made anymore, all that like super new information. So I'd like to do more new model stuff this year. I kind of slacked last year. This is from David. David is an unprofessional firefighter. Ah, cool. Send a picture. I think there's another one in here. Oh, dude, check that guy out. Freedom! Thanks, David. Whoa, exploded on me. Oh, Jesus. This is from a buddy, Fat Boy. He's down in the comments, I bet. Send me some cool shirts from his shop, which, actually, I think... Oh, that's nice. I think he was one of the first ones to like, in the comments that mentioned he was a tech. I couldn't believe techs are... I think it's awesome that people that already know what I'm talking about watch what I'm talking about. It really means a lot. Thanks, buddy. So, passenger backrest. No, not passenger backrest. What am I installing? Dyna day, bro. Passenger peg mounts. All right, I was about to walk out the door, and passenger pegs for Dyna, an FXD-LS actually. I get asked a lot about like the easy way to do that, so I figure I'll stick around, film a video, and help this dude out real quick. I'm probably gonna answer this phone too. Nobody's even there. So this is one of those, it's just a couple of bolts kind of jobs, but it's not just a couple of bolts, because where the passenger mount peg mounts right here at the swing arm, the fender is literally like an inch above that. So we're gonna make some space between the two. Ta-da! All the space right in here. Probably really dark, actually. You can't actually even see anything. Ta-da! All the spaces. A little screwdriver or a pick or something. Now the new bolts actually come with a lock patch on them, which is cool. I actually use a long T45 so that I can kind of stay away from this fender. Now I have to go to the other side. You can tell the side because this has a belt guard place for, you know, the belt guard. So there's some bits and pieces, spring washers, nuts and bolts. He doesn't need yet because he has foot pegs on order from the interwebs. Good way to keep it together. That's what he gets in a Ziploc bag. That's pretty much it though. You know what? Now the exact jack I use for this job is this one. I'll link it in the description. They're pricey. I've used the same one for 6 years. Some of these other guys have had the same ones for as long as they've worked here, as long as 10 years. Used daily, multiple times daily, constantly. So I can speak to the quality of those. For the garage do-it-yourselfer, you will pass it on to your children for sure. If they do break though, all the parts are available. Like, you don't have to replace the whole thing. You can rebuild them, which is a nice touch. That's linked in the description. That's Dyna passenger pegs right there. If you got any questions, make sure to throw them down in the comments below. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, tap the bell notification so that you can join the Bell Squad and be notified when I upload. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.